So you're looking to beat the Prairie King minigame inside of the Stardrop Saloon. Well, this is a guide just for you. If you come over to the arcade machine, make sure your zoom level is set all the way to 130. You can zoom out if you feel like this is too close to the screen, but for me, this feels like the perfect distance as I can see the timer up here and I can see everything as far zoomed in as possible. So here's a general tip for all of the creatures and items as well as other things that you can expect in this mode. So as you progress through the Prairie King minigame, there are many different drops you'll find. Some being coins, 1-ups, coffee, machine gun, the nuke, the shotgun, the smoke bomb, the sheriff badge, tombstone, and the wagon wheel. The two best upgrades in my opinion are the heavy machine gun and the sheriff badge, and I recommend pocketing these items and just holding on to them until you reach a boss fight, as both of them significantly increase the fire rate, making it much easier and faster to kill any bosses. I recommend also picking up as many coins as possible as they are used later in the shops. Here's a full list of everything the vendor can sell you. So the vendor will come every second stage, and in just a minute I'll show you a full map including where the vendor will show up. At first, I recommend buying the gun upgrade or the ammo upgrade, whichever one you can afford. The ammo being a little more expensive than the gun, but it will increase your bullet damage by 1 point. Also, it will make it so they will go through an enemy and it can kill 2 enemies at once if they both have 1 HP, which can be very helpful early on. The gun also just increases shooting speed, making it much easier to kill off a large amount of enemies at once. I would only recommend upgrading the boot in the final shops, as it's not necessary to have the boot, but the gun and the ammo upgrade are the absolute best ones to carry. I definitely would recommend having the ammo upgrade later on in the game, as in the final levels, the mummies and other boss creatures are very annoying to kill if you can only do 1 HP to them. So as you can see from this visual map, Stage 1 Prairie, you start out in the first 2 levels, then after the second level you'll have your merchant pop up. There you can buy a gun, ammo, or speed upgrade, and the same thing goes for every second level before you get to the first boss here at the end of the first stage. So this is the first cowboy boss in the Prairie. You'll also have another cowboy boss, and the final boss being the vampire boss. You'll have lots of merchant opportunities, so I would still try to make the most of them. With the first merchant, I would recommend getting either the ammo or gun upgrade, and then getting the other ammo or gun upgrade from the second merchant. From there, those two are the main upgrades you'll need for your completion. From there, I would say getting the speed upgrade is optional, but it does help. You can also upgrade your gun again, or upgrade your ammo again, whichever one you feel more confident with. I would also recommend taking a screenshot of this picture if you need a visual map as you go along through this minigame, as it can be quite taxing if you're not sure which section you're at the current point in time. Sometimes it can feel like you're very, very far away from the next merchant, but it's really right around the corner because they are just after every 2 levels you'll get one. Going into the Prairie King minigame, your first few levels are pretty easy. You still just want to make sure your zoom is set to 130, that way the game HUD is all the way maxed. You can zoom out if this is too much, but for me this is the perfect zoom. So let's get into it. These first levels are pretty simple. You just want to make sure you have at least 10 coins when you get to the merchant, that way you can get the ammo upgrade, or you can get the gun upgrade if you have enough. The ammo is 15. Also, if you're ever in a situation like this where like power-ups just sitting there, I like to just sit and wait just for a few seconds, that way you can kind of stall out the time, because you're not always going to get power-ups. So we got a machine gun here. It's really good against bosses, so we're just gonna hold that in our pocket and not use it for a while, unless we really have to. So make sure you're shooting diagonal too, because they really do like to come diagonal for some reason. Alright, now we're off to the second stage. After this stage, we'll get our first merchant, and hopefully we have enough coins to get our first upgrade. So with these spiked enemies, you don't have to kill them right away, just because they kind of just serve a purpose of just sitting there. This zombie upgrade's pretty good too. But it's not that great for bosses, because you don't shoot very fast. Shooting diagonal is so good. Now that we completed the second level, we got our first merchant, so we only have enough for the gun, which is fine. The ammo is all in all the better upgrade here, but the gun is just good enough for getting us to the second merchant. I shoot much faster. Make sure you're shooting when you go get to the upgrades that are close to the wall. Just shoot at the entrance they can come from, because they do come really fast. I do prefer the sheriff's badge when going into boss fights, so I will be taking that one here. So you move a little bit faster too, along with the fire rate. My first death, but dying is okay in this mode, just because you can die a lot of times and you can still get through it easily. Plus you get a life after every boss fight, so it's not too bad. This level, in my opinion, is the easiest level out of all of the Prairie levels, just due to the fact that you can just sit in the middle and only shoot up, down, left, and right, and it's pretty simple. Also, if you have the ammo upgrade here, you can shoot through some of these weaker enemies and just get collateral there. Just to be careful getting coins though. Make sure when you exit, you kill all the enemies that are because they will try to spawn once you leave. Alright, time's up, so let's kill all the remaining spike enemies. Got another merchant, so if you're at this point and you don't have the ammo and the gun upgrade, it'll be really difficult in this next boss, but you can still get through it. So this is the first of the 3 bosses. So I recommend popping your perk and then just shooting at the cowboy right away. And just watching out for his bullets. See, like that, he just gets completely destroyed super fast. He's almost dead already. There we go. Also, make sure to pick up the life before you pick up the boss item, just because you can't get the life afterwards. Because this gopher looking dude will pick you up and take you to the next zone. Alright, now we're in the forest. The enemies are a little stronger here, and they do take a little more damage, so just be mindful of that. Also, the moths will come out of the corners, so the corners aren't as safe as they are in the first zone. I would say the first enemies you should be shooting are these mushroom toad people. We still have 4 lives, so we should be fine here. Just keep trying to shoot them diagonally, and you should be alright. Pick up any power-ups. Power-ups there, we got through this first area. We just got 20 coins, which is super lucky, so that gives us the gun upgrade. Just barely right at 20 coins. So now we're in the next area. And after this zone and the next one, we'll get 1 merchant, and after that merchant, we'll get our second time fighting the cowboy boss. Something to know is that the mushrooms and the devil-looking creatures, they cannot go through obstacles like these trees and stumps, but the moths can, so just keep that in mind. You can also shoot through the trees, but not the stumps. So I'm getting overwhelmed here, so I'm going to go in this corner. Just shoot the mushrooms first, and we should be alright. through that zone without dying, so that was pretty nice. This next one's also super easy. They can only come through the platform, so just keep that in mind. Oh, also from the sides as well, I forgot about that. Now we got the zombie upgrade, so we can just chase after them for a little while. Power-ups, we're about to finish this zone, and then be on to the next merchant. I don't believe we have enough for the upgrade here, so I'm going to go ahead and just purchase the speed, just because it'll help us once we get to the graveyard area. So unfortunately we don't have the upgrade, so we're going to have to really be patient this boss fight. We do have the nuke there, but that only does a quarter of his health, so just got to be super patient. Try to shoot him diagonally when we can. So there we go, we caught him. Just do be careful though, because he does get pretty wild with his shots. It's pretty accurate sometimes. I think you should stop here. There. Nice. Almost got him now. And there we go. Just don't forget to pick up the life before you pick up the boss item. Now we're on to the final stage, stage 3, which is the graveyard. After this room, we'll have another merchant, so that'll be nice. Hopefully we have enough to get the ammo upgrade next, just because it will be very, very helpful for us. These mummies do take a lot of damage. For us right now, the bats do take a little more damage than they should, so be careful. Also, try not to pick up the nukes if you're playing with the minions. You will get minions from the nukes, so just keep that in mind. Definitely focus on the bats first, because they can go through the gravestones. This stage, the corners are too close one. Definitely your friend here. Coin. Need that. Nice. Alright, the timer's up, so no more spawning in. I don't know if we have enough. I don't think we do. We don't need the speed upgrade, so I'm just going to save our coins for now. So this will be the stage here. This is the second area of the graveyard, so we got this graveyard and one more stage of graveyard, and then we will be on to the final boss, the vampire dude. I don't remember his name. It's like Dracula or something. Do be careful in the corners because the bats can come out of anywhere, so I'm getting pretty lucky right now, and I'm still have a lot of time left, so we're just gonna try to stall out as much as we can. Hopefully we get that power up, it'll help. Nice. I'm not gonna be able to get that shotgun. This would be a lot easier if we had the ammo upgrade right now, but we don't. Darn it. We get surprised by a bat there. Good thing is we have the machine gun upgrade in our pocket, so we can use that for this next boss. It'll really help out. Just make sure you're killing the bats as soon as you can. Just because those are the more annoying ones to deal with. Oh, I have to get that new. Oh, nice. We got that. That was really clutch. Alright, the time is up, so no more enemies will be spawning. We're gonna be onto the next zone here. Grab that coin. As good as before the final boss, we will have one more merchant, which will show up. And this will be the last graveyard zone before the boss, so let's hopefully get through this without dying too many times. I can't believe the mummies can only come from left and right here. Oof, that is not good. Down to 3 lives. If we could just get through this zone. I've just got to use my power-ups here. I can't risk dying. I'm already low on lives. Use that if I need it. I'm gonna risk everything for 1 coin here. Just went ahead and grabbed that so I can get this shotgun. Ooh, yes. I have 60 coins here, hopefully. Let's do some crowd clearing. Can we get it? Oh, nice. Really close. We're slaying. We got a machine gun, that was super lucky, and the sheriff's badge. So these power-ups are really kicking in now. I definitely recommend using your power-ups. Awesome. So we have enough for either the ammo or the gun upgrade, so we will get the ammo here. It's a little stronger in my opinion. But we can do more damage to the boss. Alright, now once we're able to do damage to the boss, I'm going to activate my upgrade here. Just spray. He's invisible for some reason. I think it's because I'm hitting him so much. And he's almost dead. There we go! We beat the Prairie King. Here's the final end screen. Just let it play. The end. You can also continue if you want to play a more difficult journey, which I believe is just hard mode of the same game. There's no achievement for that one, but for this one there is. And plus, I believe if now, because I beat the game, I'm gonna run back to my farm and I should have a reward if I sleep, I believe. So let's go check that out. Alright, let's rest a night. And now in the mail, congrats for beating Journey of the Prairie King. You were randomly selected in our exclusive winter sweepstakes. You've won a Prairie King arcade system of your very own. Now you can enjoy Journey of the Prairie King from the comfort of your own home. I don't know if they rhymed that on purpose, but alright. You deserve it, the Prairie King development team. So now we can place this. I guess we can place it on the farm if we wanted, but you can play it anywhere if we want. We can continue or start new. But yeah, it's the same type of game. Just play it instead of having to go into the tavern. You can play this. But yeah, I think it makes a really cool decoration in your house if you want to put it in there. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more Stardew Valley content, leave a like on this video and subscribe if this guide was helpful at all to you. And yeah, thanks for watching.